Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts. It knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief. And it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI. It's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
The latest on Minnesota in a moment. And let me say up front, folks, that if it were up to me, the president should follow through on his threat to invoke the Insurrection Act, which would allow him to deploy active duty, key word, active duty troops domestically without Congress. But first, I want to begin with this. Always twisting the words of the president, in particular, this president. You can almost understand it if it's coming from the critics, but it's not supposed to come from the media. We are supposed to report the facts, interpret the facts, not twist the words where it makes absolutely no sense. Case in point, I want you to listen to one of the questions the White House press secretary, Carolyn Levitt, had to field. And Carolyn Levitt was in no joking manner. The president made a joke about canceling, I believe, the midterm election. And here was one of the serious questions.
Thank you, Caroline. Two questions. First, a follow-up on one of my colleagues who asked you about the president's interview with Reuters. You said that he was joking about canceling the elections, but Americans for generations have fought and died for democracy, for this democracy. Are you saying that the president finds the idea of canceling elections funny?
Andrew, were you in the room? No, you weren't. I was in the room. I heard the conversation, and only someone like you would take that so seriously and pose it as a question in that way.
And so, again, Carolyn Levitt not in the mood for that type of question. And we know that sometimes the president does this stuff just to bait the media to get the White House press corps to go absolutely batty, but they should not twist the words of the president. The violence in Minnesota, we told you about it in real time last night, literally live. And the mayor in Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is slowly backing off of his crazy rhetoric. But even the police commissioner in Minneapolis is now talking about exactly what those rioters were doing.
There's a crowd gathered in the area, and we have called for mutual aid from the Minnesota State Patrol and Hennepin County Sheriff. The crowd is engaging in unlawful acts. They have thrown fireworks at police officers, and at multiple times, gas has been deployed. Police are attempting to disperse this unlawful assembly at this time. I urge anyone that is at the scene to leave immediately. This is already a very tense situation, and we do not need this to escalate any further. I have faith that the investigators that are involved will follow every lead in this case and ensure it is completed to its logical conclusion.
And so at least the police commissioner, at least in that one clip, being reasonable and describing what is actually going on. So these hateful, and we're about to start with your telephone calls. We see them coming in, 800-848-9222. These hateful anti-ICE agitators threw fireworks and rocks at federal agents and also vandalized a car with graffiti reading, and this is disgusting, quote, "The only good agent is a dead one." And why is this happening? Because of the rhetoric at the top, the rhetoric from Mayor Fry in Minneapolis, the rhetoric of Governor Walz. These guys are out of their mind, and they absolutely need to stop with this nonsense. Now, as for the 3 men in custody, right, and the point I made earlier, just look at the mugshots. These guys look like hardened criminals. How did they get into the country? Not look like, they are hardened criminals. How did they get into the country? Biden administration, you tell me, folks. Listen to this on Fox News, the Fox News channel. This guy, who should be the guy that started all of this, that should be deported immediately, this guy was actually smiling for the cameras after being shot in the leg.
A smiling photo of the suspect. This is Julio Cesar Sosa Celis, who is smiling inside of an ambulance, we are told last night, after being shot in the leg. This is being confirmed through us through multiple DHS and ICE sources that this is indeed the suspect. There are going to be more photos, but this is the first of several that we are told exist. Paul, I'll get your reaction to that.
I mean, well, you can see the environment that he's been living in. The fact that they felt empowered, the other two pieces felt empowered to come running out of the apartment and attack an armed ICE officer tells you what the atmosphere is there and how empowered they feel. Let me give him some bad news. He's under arrest federally. He's also going to be deported. And you know what? Venezuela is not going to be as friendly to him as it was, let's say, a couple of weeks ago. But it goes to the fact that there is this ecosystem that is abetting all of this. And this is why the investigation into everything that's gone on up there, which 6 AUSAs, U.S. attorneys up there, apparently just couldn't countenance and had to resign. But this is why it's important, because there are people who are receiving money, and if you drill down far enough, you're going to find out some of it's federal tax money, as in our money. They are abetting this stuff, training people to attack ICE. Also a federal crime, aiding and abetting. It's black letter law. These are the kind of levers that I hope DOJ is bringing to deconstruct the networks up there, map who is who, who's funding them, who's telling them to attack ICE. All of these boxes have to be checked, because what you can't have is this to become the normal, because it'll spread, and then we're in real trouble.
And so, folks, it would not be responsible of me to say on the air live what I really wish the ICE officer had did to all three of these suspects. But then again, it's simply not worth it, because they're garbage. And his life would be in jeopardy in terms of the legal process. So let's start with your telephone calls. Line 3, Michael in New Jersey. Michael, what's on your mind?
Yeah, when I first heard about that woman who was shot dead by the ICE agent, I said, maybe this isn't such a terrible thing, because if the other crazies see that these ICE people aren't playing games, they're for real, and if they try to run them over or kill them, they're going to take out their gun and shoot them. So maybe this will stop the crazies.
It didn't stop them. It didn't stop them.
I was wrong.
But it didn't stop them, Michael, unfortunately.
Wrong. Yeah, no, I was wrong. I figured out what these lunatics are. They are the American version, or I should say the Japanese version, of a kamikaze. They basically want to get injured. They want to get killed. If this didn't stop them after seeing one of them get shot dead by an ICE agent, if this didn't put the fear of God into them, if this didn't stop them, they are basically an American version of a Japanese kamikaze. They basically want to kill themselves. They want to be injured. These people are so crazy. Forget about trying to reason with them or talk to them. The best thing they can do is round them all up, put them in straitjackets, and throw them into the loony bin, because they're a lost cause. I mean, a normal person would say, hey, you know what? These guys are playing for real. They're not kidding. They're going to pull out their gun and blow me away. They're going to kill me. It's getting worse.
Right, Michael, you or I. But see, here's the difference. We value our lives. We want to live. Let's call a spade a spade. These people out there, they're absolute losers. They have nothing going on in life. They're mad at the world because they didn't amount to anything in life. And so they become these agitator, socialist-like protesters, and they just continue. Michael, I got to move on. Thank you for the great telephone call. Michael, I agree with your assessment. Let's go to line 2, Sandra in New Jersey. Sandra, good morning. What's on your mind?
Good morning. So this Tim Walz, Dominic, I think he's desperate. He's really ready to crash, and this is his last attempt to try and be the hero. So instead of all of us focusing on all the fraud that's going on in his state, he's trying to do this to distract us, which we're not distracted. So I see soon he's going to crash and fail. And the same with that Ilhan Omar. You know, she's talking about the ICE agents, but really she should be talking about what she did. You know, so, you know, this is all distraction. They're trying to pick something else to pick on instead of what they really are, dishonest, creepy people.
Well, it definitely is a distraction, but it's not going to work. It's absolutely not going to work. The Trump administration is going to make sure, Sandra, that it doesn't work. What I don't understand, Sandra, before I move on from your call, I don't get this part. You know, I've been to Minnesota, regular people, regular Americans. Where did they get these nuts from? I know many of them, in terms of the Somali community, in terms of leadership, the mayor there, the governor there. Where did these people come from with these crazy politics?
I really don't get it. I really don't know, Dominic, and I don't know how we're going to fix this, because to me, it's getting worse and worse and worse. But what I do like, that I feel, you know what, Dominic? I think every time they throw a curveball to Donald Trump, he throws one back. For some reason, maybe I might cower. Maybe I would say, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do these ICE people. Maybe let's forget it. That's me. But that's not Donald Trump.
At all.
He's going to do more. I know.
At all. That's not him. That's not him.
That's right.
He's going to give you more confrontation. If that's what you want, then I'm going to bring it to you. 100 miles an hour fastball right down the middle. Let's see if you can deal with it.
And that's why we love him, because we need someone like him. You know, and I have to tell you, Dominic, this man, what he has on his plate.
Hey, Sandra, I want you to hold on for a second. We have Teddy on line 3, and I know he's addressed you in the past. I want to stay with me live. Hey, Teddy, Teddy, how are you? Teddy, you're on live with Sandra. How are you, Teddy?
Good. Sandra, I have a lot of respect for you, because you're a woman.
Me to you. And me to you. You're a math teacher. I love math teachers.
I'm an intelligent guy, Sandra.
I know.
Okay, people know that. And Dominic's friends know that, okay? And all my students know that. I'm being tributed at the Norman Thomas when they're holding something this month, okay, for me. Dominic, I just want to know, and I'll ask Sandra, what is Trump doing about Iran? He keeps on saying, we're going to go in there.
Okay, wait. You two, what I have to do is I have to take a break. I've got to do another short segment. I want both of you to please hold on. It's going to be a couple of minutes, but we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. Teddy live in Yonkers, Sandra live in New Jersey. Teddy, you were making a point. Go ahead.
Yes. Sandra, I would like Trump to follow up in action and in deeds. Go into Iran and stop the massive killing already and the imprisonment and torture of thousands of people, okay? And instead of being a bully to Zelensky, let him be a bully to Putin. But Sandra, you must acknowledge, like all of my colleagues, they say the same thing. Trump kisses Putin's behind, his tuchus, okay? And then recently, yesterday, he said that it's Zelensky holding up peace. He said he believes Putin wants peace. He just said the opposite a couple of weeks ago. He goes from left to right, back and forth, Sandra. You don't know where he's coming from.
Okay, let her respond.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say this to you, Teddy, because I like you and I respect you. First of all, I know someone in Iraq, and I know that they're moving towards Iran. Now, my mother gave me a prayer that I listened to, and I want you to listen to this. God always answers true prayers. If the request isn't right, God says no. If the time is not right, God says slow. If you're not right, God says grow. When all is right, God says go. So that's what Trump is doing here. The timing has to be right for him to go and do what he has to do. And you have to trust the prayer, and you have to trust God that it's going to be handled at the right moment. So that's what I have to say to you. Teddy, do you think I'm not upset about what I see going on in Iran? My heart breaks. I read about these students that are walking out of their dormitories and going out to protest, and they get shot in the head. And I read about this beautiful bodybuilder guy goes out to protest, and he's dead. Teddy, I care so much about what's going on, and my heart breaks. But you have to trust in God, and you have to trust Donald Trump that when the timing is right.
Sandra. I don't trust him. Sandra, listen to me carefully. I'm a centrist. I don't like the far left. Mendami, you can kiss his behind goodbye and put him in the garbage can. I don't care for the far right. But I can vote for certain Republicans, and I can vote for Democrats like Josh Shapiro for a presidential nominee, or I could vote for Rubio. I could vote for Rubio. You see, Sandra, that's the difference between me and Norm and Robert and others who call up, okay?
Right.
Because they're just one way. They're just one way, Sandra. Sandra, you're a nice woman. You have a lot of class. But I disagree with you on many topics dealing with politics like I do with Dominic. But I respect Dominic, and I like him as a human being, and I still would take him out for breakfast and get anything he wants except pancakes.
So wait a minute, Teddy. Teddy, you're telling me I'm a cheap date? I'm a cheap date, Teddy? That's all I get is breakfast after the night we had?
Can I join you both?
Yes.
Can I join you both for
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever you like. It would be on me. You
can Matt Blaze come?
Yeah, what about me? I get something?
That would be great, Blaze, too. That would be so much fun. Oh, wow.
Dominic, I just want to ask you one question. Is your screener not the same guy who used to talk about, math teacher, what's the value of pi? Is this a different guy now?
It's not a different guy, Teddy. I'm right here.
Okay, well, let's go. Make sure you study the math. The Regents exams are coming up at the end of this month, okay? In a few more days, the Regents exams.
Well,
Get ready.
I thank the both of you for joining us, Teddy. I hate to tell you this. I hate to tell you this, Teddy. I really hate to tell you this, but I hated math. Teddy, thank you. And Sandra loved it. We are taking a break, and we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
At the White House. Just a few hours ago, the topic was hockey. Professional hockey, and the Florida Panthers were there, of course, winning the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row with the President of the United States and their star forward, who is still injured. He's coming back soon, he says. But Matthew Tkachuk was at the podium addressing President Trump, his teammates, and here's a bit of what he had to say.
Well, I mean, the 2 cups was pretty good, but that walk with you might have trumped it all there. That was pretty amazing. No, I just want to say on behalf of the whole organization and mainly the players, we are so honored to be here, being an American. I know I said it last year, but I mean, nothing beats this. I'm so proud to be an American and so proud to be here with you and everybody else. So, but like I said last year, winning, it takes a toll. You pay a price for it. And each one of these members behind me, like, it really does take a village to make it happen. And each person played a very, very important part in it. And coming down to Florida, thanks to Vinny Viola and Bill Zito, has really changed my life. And I cannot believe that 3 years later we have 2 Stanley Cups. And like Vinny said, we are not stopping now. And we hope to be here next year. So that's the plan. And, representing you and the millions back here. Next month in the Olympics will be one of the highlights of my life as well, so thank you.
And so the Florida Panthers of the NHL at the White House with President Trump, as we all know, Matt Blaze, whoever wins the NBA championship, whoever wins baseball, football, and then you always have these prima donna athletes that are like, no, I'm not going to the president. I won't be there. Right. So now, Matt Blaze, you're a professional athlete. You are a professional athlete.
Right.
Would you go to the White House no matter who the president is?
Yes. 100%.
I would too.
100%.
Now, why would you?
Because that's what you do. The president of the United States, whether you agree or disagree with their policies, inviting you to the White House, it's an honor. You should go, no matter who the president is.
Right.
Whether you like him or not. Look, just like in the way Bill Maher was invited by Donald Trump to go to the White House, and he went.
Had dinner. Right.
He went. So I would do the same thing.
He's been milking it ever since.
Yes, right.
Just about every
True.
week. So I've got to ask you a question. I see you got on your Puma hoodie there. Is it a hoodie? I can't see through the glass. Okay, it's a hoodie. Okay. So in a moment, I'm going back to the telephone calls, and we see all your calls. We're going to go to Lauren in just a second. A few of you that are Lauren in New Jersey, Norman in Brooklyn, Silas in Staten Island, Dan in Pauline, New York, Melvin in the Bronx. But Matt Blaze, I have to ask you something. Is this just me?
Yeah.
Is this just me here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is now the 16th of January.
Yeah.
Right? So now, is it that we're getting older? It just seems like the time is just flying by. The new year just seemed like it came and went, and we're back into the grind of a new year. Is it just me, or is that the way it is?
It did go by pretty quick that we're already halfway through January, and this Christmas season went very fast, it seems like. And I don't know if it's just because the world itself seems faster. Everything is faster. The news cycle is faster. Something's here today, gone tomorrow. Whereas before, say 25, 30 years ago, that story might last 3 weeks. Now it's gone in a day. We don't even remember what the lead story was a week ago.
Literally.
Unless it's something major, major, major. But I think we're just used to a faster world. And next thing you know, especially when we're working as much as we do, the time just goes by. Like this week flew by, which is a good thing. I like when it flies by. So I think it's just the world that we live in today. And probably getting older, because when we were kids, man, the day went slow. You know, you're sitting in like fourth period and you're just watching that clock tick, tick.
And looking out the window.
Looking out the window, waiting.
Looking at anything but.
And then the summer seemed to like last forever.
Except for Blaze. And then I got to move on, and I hope I don't get myself in trouble here. So I'm in the 7th grade, right? And we had one of our teachers. Her name was Rose Clooney. And Miss Clooney was the hottest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, one of those.
And so it was like an honor to go to her class every day, right?
You waited for that class.
I waited for that class.
You wanted to go to her class.
I wanted that class.
What did she teach?
Who knows what she taught?
It doesn't matter.
But she wasn't Teddy. I mean, you know, and so, boy, to show you how life works. So I get a call several years later, and it's Rose Clooney, right?
Wow.
And she goes, "Hi, Dominic. I'm so proud of your success. I want you to know that I'm a principal now, and I want you to come speak at my school," right? So it's funny how life works. I arrive at the school, and I walk in, and I'm like, wait a minute. Of course, I can't say anything. I'm like, you're not Mrs. Clooney when I was in the 7th grade. You're a different woman. You tricked me. You know, who's this? We all, you know, so in my mind, my crazy self, I still expected to see Mrs. Clooney of when I was in the 7th grade.
Of course. That's the vision of her that you always had in your head. So when you see her now.
Right.
You go, wait a second.
Right. 25 years.
25 years is a long time.
Thank you, Matt Blaze. Let's go back to your telephone calls. We see all the calls, folks. Let's go to Lauren, line 2, New Jersey. Good morning, Lauren. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic and Blaze. You know, I was thinking what Teddy was saying, and jealousy, I think, plays a big role. You know, we don't like to admit if we're jealous.
No, really, yes. Lauren? You think Teddy is jealous of Trump? Really?
Well, not specifically Teddy, but if we're happy with ourselves and our lives,
okay,
and Trump. All the incredible accomplishments he's had in 1 year. And in addition to that, he's like this master multitasker. You know, he's scuba diving, he's playing ping pong, he's mountain climbing.
Right.
He owns a doggy daycare, you know. So he's handling all these things. And I hear Teddy saying, well, how come he's got to take care of Ira? Well, it would be like Teddy in one teaching period have to handle the entire curriculum: math, English, phys ed, music, art,
correct. That's a great
computers.
Example.
So it's like he's accomplishing so much. It's only been 1 year, and if you listed all his accomplishments, it's astounding. And I just thank God for Donald Trump and pray for him and our country every day and the world, because I think what the Democrats are doing are just feeding off all of this negative, ugly energy. And
correct.
I believe they're feeding off of it, and they're encouraging it, because to me, anyone who would not stand up and applaud and support a young boy that has been fighting brain cancer, like they did at
correct.
that speech.
State of the Union.
Thank you. But they held up these immature signs. That shows the level that they're operating on versus mature, supportive, empathic people who see other people's challenges and what they're going through, and not to support them. There's a lot of psychological issues going on there. It's very sad. So we really need to pray and ask God for help to open all of our minds.
And you know what, Lauren, I'm going to make a little joke, but I don't think it's a joke, and then I have to move on. Maybe we need to allocate in the budget X amount of dollars for psychiatrists for Democrats, because what they're doing, I don't see the winning message. I don't see the winning strategy. They're never going to win another election. They put up these nuts like Kamala, that's like your drunk uncle, and you want to say, Uncle Joe, go sit down. And then she puts the clown as her running mate. And it's like a mess on the Democratic side. Lauren, thank you for that wonderful call. Line 3, Norman in Brooklyn. What's on your mind, Norman?
So I'm dozing off, and all of a sudden you hear that, Norm and Robert, and anyway, Teddy was very nice to Sandra today. Did he know that Sandra went to 2 Trump rallies with Norm? So anyway, I'm just saying, it's like, hey, he picks a person every once in a while, and he yells out their name, and it makes him feel good. But I'm not one-sided. I'm not even a Republican, man. I'm a conservative. Okay, I vote all over the place. Hence my voting for Andrew Cuomo. This fiasco, which we got Mamdani. So anyway, look, I'm just whatever. I just felt like. Putting my 2 cents in by replying that, he was very nice to Sandra. Being nice to everybody.
Listen, Norm. Norm, you couldn't pass my math class, Norm. You hear that?
Oh, no, I couldn't. There's no way I could pass your
You
math
don't know
class.
the square
Math
root of
was my
23?
worst, subject.
Sandra could pass, maybe.
Sandra could pass the math class.
Yes.
No, I could not. I'm not very good. That's never been my forte.
You better study for the regents, Norm. You hear that? You hear that, Robert?
Thank you, Matt Blaze,
That's a great Teddy impression.
Teddy, and thank you, Norman in Brooklyn.
Welcome.
Line 2, Sherman in Manhattan. Good morning, Sherman. What's on your mind?
A few things. Sandra sounds like a lovely, lovely lady, and she's too nice, respectfully, to even be on the phone with this sanctimonious, condescending, mean-spirited, just so self-important guy. You hear the tone of voice when he's speaking to you. It is just so. After a while, it's like, guy, you need to really have a beer or go somewhere and do some breathing exercises, take a meditation class, something. He is so, maybe he's deficient in B12 or vitamin D3. Okay, this guy is so out of control, so angry and hostile. Even when he's speaking to this lovely, my anger is very controlled. I know when to bring it out. I know when to keep it in. Sandra's a lovely lady, and even with her, he's got this nasty tone of voice. America has no skin in the game with Iran. American life is not worth losing over these. Listen, they brought it on themselves. They should have overthrown the government 9 years ago. This guy has been in power. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. You ready? 36 years. Okay? This is so absurd. This is why I say America is the best place in the world, because we would never put up with somebody being in power for 36 years. So they talk a lot of stuff, these countries, but they can't fix their own mess. And they need to fix their own mess, and maybe dropping some bombs on the Ayatollah's compounds or something. Maybe that might be feasible, possibly. But even that is like a big deal. But American life, so if Teddy has a son or a daughter or a grandson or a granddaughter, let them enlist and let them go over there if the SHIT hits the fan. But no American life is worth losing over these people over there that create their own mess with corruption It's one of the worst places in the world in terms of corruption. Things don't get fixed. They had a tunnel that killed thousands of people because it would fix the tunnel. It would collapse. They are useless over there. They're just good at talking stuff and protesting and saying they hate America. But like a lot of other countries, they're a basket case. They don't have nothing but oil.
Well, Sherman, that's a mouthful, and I'm sure Teddy's head is exploding about right now. But hopefully he's okay. and you're right. How can one be angry with Sandra? She's a woman of enormous class. She's a great-looking woman. I know her husband greatly appreciates that. And Sherman, she swims 100 laps, and Matt plays 100 laps in the pool when she goes swimming. So Sherman and Matt, can you guys? I've got to take a break, but can you guys get with that? Can you guys do that? Quick one-word answer.
No.
Very impressive. I can't do that.
No, the three of us can't do it combined. Sherman, thank you for the great call. Matt Blaze, time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Tap the banner or visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
now. From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And let's go back to the telephone calls. Line 1, Dan in Pauline, New York. Dan, what's on your mind? Good morning.
Dom, a prayers for your aunt.
Oh, thank you.
Your blood is, I'm sure she'll be fine in this life or the next life.
No, we have to start talking about the next life. But Dan, that is, it's funny you bring this up, Dan. It's not funny. It's rather sad. Because
I'm sure she's fine, and she'll be fine in this life.
No, she's not fine, Dan. But thank you for the concern, and but it's interesting because in the morning I will be here in New York City at Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx. That's the same hospital where my mother died. So it's going to be, and then on Saturday I'm in Nutley, New Jersey. My wife and I are talking about special needs kids. I'm greatly looking forward to that. I've just got to get through the next 14 to 16 hours. Okay, so what's on your mind?
Well, we're praying for. Okay, explain to me. The other day you said it's not that easy to arrest the mayor. Help me understand this, because he's making it so difficult for the ICE agents. He's impeding the ICE agents are doing their job, and he said for the neighbors to come out and help fight against ICE and help their neighbors.
Right,
and that's
now,
what these guys did.
Okay, Dan. Okay, no, you're right. That's what they did. But you can't. What I'm trying to say to you is that politicians are slick, and the moment you try and go ahead.
He's an accomplice. No,
he's not. There's nothing. There's nothing. Dan, hold on a second. There's nothing that Walz has done yet that we know of. Okay, I got a funny feeling there's a lot of dirt under the carpet on this corruption, but thus far he hasn't done anything illegal. Has he said things he shouldn't say? Yes. Has Fry said things he shouldn't say? Yes. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. You kind of break it up on me here, but those two guys that came out to help their neighbor, they could just say that the mayor told us to do this. Right? No. First of all, those guys are savages. I think from Venezuela, and I wish that the ICE officer had shot them too. To be honest with you, to stop them from the next time coming out. I got to move on, Dan. But thank you for the great call. Let's go to Igor. Igor, I believe, line 2, New Jersey. What's on your mind?
That's correct. Greetings, Dominic. Hey, listen, when you were playing some opinions and comments about the situation in Minnesota, you played a comment by Stephen A. Smith. And I think in the past you had mentioned that maybe Stephen A. Smith should stick to sports and not politics. But I was wondering, it seems like you like him a little bit more now. I was wondering what you think about what he's been saying and about his style, and if he's made a good ingress into politics.
Well, he's a entertainer. With all due respect to Stephen A., I don't mean to throw any shade at him. He doesn't know squat about politics. He's pretending, he's playing. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And it's a great thing that he's involved now in the process. He's trying to show that he's a multi-million-dollar talent in sports. There is no doubt about it. He's one of the best to do it. And now he's trying to say, I'm just as good in politics. Now he has the president's attention and ear, and he's doing his thing, but he doesn't know jack squat about politics. I think that he's in the boat that a lot of us African Americans are in. I'm just like, the hell with it. I'm gonna tell you up front, I'm a Republican and I like Trump. Now I don't know if ABC or the network that owns ESPN, I don't know if they're telling him don't come out and reveal your personal politics, but it's clear that he likes Trump, and he's in fire right now because you have people like Jasmine Crockett. They want him taken off the air because he's called her out on a number of issues. So I think he's a big Trump supporter. He just can't come out and say it. You have the final word. Go ahead.
No, sure, Dominic. He's a great entertainer, and it'll be interesting to see if in the next couple of years he keeps at this, if he ends up learning this trade of politics and becomes a star in that field as well.
Right. Well, he's definitely got the arena and the attention, but he needs to work on knowing the issues because he doesn't really know what he's talking about, and you could tell he's just scratching the surface. But thank you for the great call. So I will, for you folks in New York City and the Bronx, I'm coming home. I'll see you in the morning, and I will be back on the radio, 3 p.m. Eastern. Do me a favor, folks. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.